Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. How you doing?
Are here. We are back. We are back for another live. Thank you. We are back for another live episode of the Craft Parenting Podcast here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us, live or otherwise. If you are here, we have the chat pulled up.
Hi, chat.
So if you are here, say hello. By the way, my name is Joe Ludwig, and with me is my lovely wife and co-host, Caroline.
Hello.
How's it going, Caroline?
Pretty good. I mean, I'm exhausted, but pretty good.
Yeah, so we have a variety of topics to talk about today while the kids are napping.
Yep.
So we don't know how long we'll go, but we're hanging out.
We're in the danger zone.
We're hanging out on this Saturday afternoon. Very warm Saturday afternoon after the last couple of days.
Yeah, it was really nice. We stayed mostly cool. And then today I go outside and I'm like,
Yes,
much.
I think it got down to the 40s or high 40s, low 50s.
it might have, because like when I left for work in the morning, it was really cold out. And I was like, this is so nice.
Yeah. And so before we get started, we wanted you to, if you like what you hear, make sure you, Caroline, that's your cue.
Okay. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, ring that notification bell.
Yeah, very good.
And do all the comments, because that helps algorithm thing.
And share the show with your friends as well.
Yep.
Paste the URL and share it on Facebook or any other social media platform. We really appreciate that as we try to grow and do podcast things.
Yep.
Life has been kind of crazy, so we don't really have time to sit down anymore and just record static episodes.
It's gotten a little
I don't
much.
I don't really have time to also edit. So that's why we're doing this. We're doing it live as
We'll do it live, as Bill O'Reilly once said many years ago on live TV.
Yep. I don't think he said it like that either.
No. That was like forever ago. Probably like 2 decades ago at this point. And I still remember that. Brains are weird. I don't know what I did yesterday, but I can remember what Bill O'Reilly did like 12 years ago or 20 years ago, whenever that was.
I think there's a lot of memes about it. So
I mean, there are. That helps, but
anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with our topics. So something awesome happened. We were invited, the both of us were invited to a beer release at MadTree's.
yeah, I was super looking forward to it. And then we couldn't get childcare. So I sent Joe in my place.
Yes. And MadTree invited, or let me take a step back. MadTree released Seeing Colors, which is a hazy IPA. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah. So we're drinking that right now. It's hazy. It's juicy. It's
It's perfect for today because it's so gosh dang hot outside. I will be drinking this.
It is very good. I'm not really an IPA person, but if I were to drink an IPA, it would probably be a hazy IPA.
It would be for you, yeah.
They're less bitter, at least to the taste. They have hops and stuff, obviously, but it's a little more smooth than like your average IPA. But it's very flavorful, very juicy, as they say. The description says juicy and tropical. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what the can says.
And the can, as you can see, there's like a woman with glasses, and it's very colorful.
I would love to do my hair those colors. I mean, mostly I love doing purple. Purple's lots of fun. I don't know if I could get away with orange and green hair, but I am down for it. She can totally pull it off.
Yes. And this is a big deal. I believe this is a year-round release. So they made a big deal. They invited a bunch of influencers.
Oh, snap.
Which I guess we fit that category. But I'm very grateful for the invite, MadTree and the team there. And they were very nice to us. And there was a lot of people from the craft beer community and the greater food community.
I mean, they do have some tasty food at MadTree's, so.
Yeah, so it wasn't just beer influencers. It was just anyone who talks about food in general, I guess, which I guess includes drink.
Yeah. So the description.
Yep.
Let's cover the description.
Let's go to the description. I'll talk more about it.
Seeing is believing. Hazy and full of tropical, juicy flavors, this IPA is as smooth as they come. Brewed to maximize all the fruity notes from hops without any of the bitterness to be your go-to craft beer. Find it in our tap room starting 8/31, which was 2 days ago, and out at your favorite store starting September 4th. That's
Labor Day.
Yep. So the beer notes are juicy, tropical, smooth, and it is 6.5% ABV. The hops are El Dorado and Citra, and the malts are two-row brews, white wheat, oat flakes, and carapils.
Yeah.
It does not say the IBUs, but IBUs are made up and don't matter. So
does it say it on the can?
I don't know. I didn't look, but you can look while I discuss. Yeah. So Thursday night,
it does not.
I sent Joe out into the wild to go hang out at MadTree. I was very jealous because I wanted to go too. Mm-hmm. But I started off with one mildly sick kid and then ended the night with 2 sick kids. And so that was fun. But Joe, who'd you hang out with? What'd you eat? What'd you drink?
Yeah, they had pizza from
Catch a Fire
Pizza, which I remember, that's who they had.
That's who they've had since 2.0.
Okay.
It was a food truck, I believe, before they moved into MadTree.
Okay. Very good pizza. Mm-hmm. Would recommend it, especially if you're at MadTree, obviously. I think they have brick and mortar stores too. Am I making that up?
I can Google that while you continue to talk.
No, it was very familiar faces and names. There was Elijah. He does this. He's a sour beer enthusiast. He's been on other podcasts as well, Truth Beer Pod and others. The Gnarly Gnome was there, as well as Blake the Brewery Explorer. And we talked to the brewer of MadTree. Uh-oh, someone's coughing.
That's Lily. She's fine. If it was Elliot, I'd be more concerned. But
we talked to the brewer and the marketing slash HR guy. Very nice people. Again, I'm very grateful and happy that they thought of us, that they invited us. Even if only one of us could go. Next time for sure, we'll try to, go, and if not, it'll be Caroline's turn.
Yep. Yeah, so Catch a Fire has 3 locations, one of which is inside of MadTree.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
One of them's at Mason, I think.
Yeah. So I'm hanging out with the kids, texting Joe every once in a while, like, hey, are you still alive? I haven't seen any posts on Instagram or Facebook, so I know mostly who you're there with. And then he's like, oh, hey, they just opened up the cellar. Photo of beer that I would like to drink. And I'm like,
yeah, Elijah sweet talked the brewer.
Somebody's got to.
And he was like, my favorite MadTree beer is June, which I don't know a lot about it offhand.
I will look.
But every year, I believe it's a Kolsch. It used to be a Kolsch that they aged in gin barrels. And the brewer said they recently June Joon, I believe.
That would help. Yes, that sounds right. It's a Kolsch, which has, that's just the rating for it. Ale aged in gin barrels with juniper and ginger added.
Yeah, and then so they age it, so it's a barrel. So we had the 2019 version, and that version was a Kolsch. He said recently they decided not to do the Kolsch. I think Lift was their Kolsch.
Lift is also a Kolsch, yes.
I think they said they stopped doing Lift.
They've been really pushing the
Legendary.
legendary lager.
Yeah, so the next version or the last version that they made of June is the base is legendary
Interesting.
instead of the Kolsch. So we had the 2019 version because of Elijah. He was very excited about it, and it was very interesting. You don't usually think of barrel aging a Kolsch.
Well, it's got less of a backbone.
Yeah.
And it's got less that you can fall back on if something goes wrong or unexpected with the barrel. You don't have, like how we've talked about before, Bud Light is one of the hardest beers to brew because it doesn't have anything that super stands out.
There's no flavor.
Yeah. It's got to be brewed to perfection.
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing that's off, you're going to notice because there's nothing else there to notice. So yeah, Kolsch's aren't typically barrel aged. Usually it's a darker, more robust beer.
No,
It'll give and take with the barrel a bit more.
It was in a bottle, and it held up. He popped it open, and it was very carbonated. It held up very well, even though it was like 4 years old.
I was about to say, how old is our daughter, Joe?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. It's 4 years old, so I guess they barrel it a year. So
Usually, yeah.
So I guess it was 5 years old. They released it in 2019. So I had a great time. Again, thank you, MadTree, for inviting us.
And thanks for getting Joe out of the house for a night.
Yeah.
Even if I couldn't join him.
Yeah, definitely. I talked to Elijah's brother was also there. I'm not going to say his name. Not that I remember it. I'm terrible at names anyway, but I don't want to dox him or anything. But we had some very awesome conversations. I drank Seeing Colors, obviously, and then their Oktoberfest because their Oktoberfest beer is amazing.
It won Oktoberfest Quest last year. So
that's right, it did.
We'll have to see how it does this year.
It was really good.
I have not been paying as much attention to the bracket as I should be.
Well, it's just the first round. You pay attention in the Sweet 16. That's when it gets interesting.
Yeah. I know the ones that I like are still in it. And that's what I care about so far.
Yeah. The West Side Fest beer. That's what I'm straight. I had a lot of that in our fridge.
So we bought a 4-pack of that. We talked about the fact that we bought a 4-pack of it. And I don't even think it lasted 24 hours in our house because we're sitting in Lily's birthday party and all of a sudden I see somebody come up with 2 cans of it and they're gone. And I come back downstairs and I'm like, oh, we just have Oktoberfest. Okay, I guess we have to get more fest beer.
Yeah. So I think that's it for Seeing Colors.
It's a yummy beer. I will enjoy drinking this.
Like I said, I believe this is a year-round offering. Or I think they switched it to a year-round offering.
I haven't. Let me double check.
Am I making that up? I don't want to misspeak. But regardless, it is now available at the tap room. And you can pick up a 6-pack at the tap room. And then it'll be in distribution at all your bottle shops.
It is listed on their year-round page of their website.
Yeah. Yeah. So this
is intended to be a year-round beer.
This is their year-round hazy IPA. I guess Psychopathy is their year-round just IPA.
Yes.
So it is available on draft and packaging, and then starting Monday the 4th.
In a store near you.
It'll be at a bottle shop in a store.
Oh, is he still in bed?
I can't see.
He's still in bed, I think.
Oh, why'd you put it way over there? We're watching the monitors.
I was intending to bring it closer. He's fine.
He'll be fine now.
Yeah. So
60 minutes in.
What change? I'm trying to remember what we had on the list of things to talk about today.
Oh, it's not in the doc. So
no, it is. It's in the title.
Oh, it's in the title.
Yeah. So to go through the order of how we did these things, kind of. So Lily had her birthday party. She had a blast. We got Scooby-Doo all over the house. We had a Scooby-Doo behind us that we took down so you weren't just staring at Scooby-Doo hanging out between us.
Yeah.
For the video.
I figured Warner Brothers wouldn't like that necessarily.
Yeah. We had so many balloons in the house, and the kids kept getting them stuck in the hard parts of the house for us to reach.
It's like a game.
It was. It did become a game. And then it's like, well, you got to wait till after dinner, and then mommy will get the balloon down. So go eat some food, kids. But yeah, Lily had a blast. At one point, I look outside, and Lily and two of her friends have let themselves outside and are playing on the play set. I'm like, okay, Lily, it's time to come in. Dinner's now. Oh, okay, Mom. And then they all make their way back into the house, locked up after themselves and everything. So she's getting big.
She's getting big. Mm-hmm. I was a bad dad, and I didn't cut the backyard.
They didn't fall into any holes or anything. They're fine.
Oh, there's no holes to fall into, but there was dog dirt.
They're fine. So Lily got most of what she wanted. She got a scooter, which she was super excited about. And after her post-party crash nap, she went around the neighborhood in her scooter. It's really cute seeing her run around on that.
Oh, yeah.
She got some new clothes because she always needs those. But mostly for her, it was just running around with a bunch of kids about her own age. And so now I'm like, okay, we've got like 2 more parties where we can invite just general family. And then it's just all going to be kids' parties from here on out for her.
Well, I don't know about that, but like the grandparents will always want to come.
Oh, yeah. We'll always do something with the grandparents.
But like, yeah. So we introduced your Pepper to the family.
Oh, yeah, we did. My sweet Peppers.
Yeah, so Caroline decided that she's going to test out the black thumb theory.
I made 3 plants. 3 plants have survived. Let's not talk about the odds. 3 plants have survived.
Yeah, and there was an opportunity. My grandparents were avid gardeners, specifically my grandpa.
I stole some.
And I
took some things from their house with permission.
Oh, yeah, because they were selling the house. So everything had to go.
Everything must go. So I'm like, okay, sweet. I'm going to take these pots with dirt in them and turn them into a raised garden.
My aunt, who was mostly cleaning out Opa's house, she was like, please take it.
Yeah.
Do you want this? Do you want this? Like,
if it's not bolted down, please take it.
Like, so it wasn't like we were stealing it or anything, but he had some pots, I guess, in his front yard, and
mostly for flowers, but I stole them for
we commandeered them. Yeah. So and then you decided to go to this nursery in Harrison.
Yep.
Right.
And I don't remember what the name of it is.
You picked out
2 different types of tomatoes and some sweet snacking peppers.
Cherry tomatoes, like the little ones. Yeah.
Little tomatoes. And then after finally getting a ripe pepper off of the plant, discovered that Peppergate was a thing and that a bunch of people got the wrong pepper seeds this year. So it was just a crapshoot as to what kind of peppers you were going to end up with. And I ended up with jalapenos, not sweet snacking peppers.
No.
But the first bite of a jalapeno tastes kind of sweet. The second bite of a jalapeno kind of tastes like burning.
So, Julia, if I heard you had quite the experience the other day, and you have a pepper guy. Well, I have a pepper girl. So, if you need some peppers, I think we're gonna make because we've been picking them when they're still green. Apparently, they turn red.
Well, yeah, because the first 3 that we did turned red. Like they were on the plant for forever because it took forever for them to turn red. So what I have to do now, though, is I have to go through the plant again tomorrow. Well, no, I have to do it today because we're going to be out of the house most of tomorrow. Slice up the 5 or 6 peppers that I have that are fresh right now and put them in my oven at like 200 degrees for as long as I possibly can to dry them out. And then I can essentially just like use them in chilies and stuff throughout the winter time.
Yeah.
But that is one way to preserve your peppers other than like pickling them.
And we've gone to Kroger and we've purchased jalapenos before.
Yeah. And now I don't have to do that.
For
accident.
chili, right?
Yeah.
And that's typically okay, right? You eat them. They're
not that bad.
They burn a little bit.
Spicy.
Like there's something. There must be something. I don't know if they're ghost peppers or what.
No, they're definitely not. They're definitely jalapenos. It's either I'm waiting too long to pick them because I don't know when exactly I'm supposed to pick them, or we just got some slightly more potent strain because we made quesadillas the other day and I had split the quesadillas up into this quesadilla is 1 pepper and this quesadilla is the other pepper, so that it would be like you get the half the not as spicy pepper and half the spicy pepper. Well, Joe's 3/4 of the way through his two quesadillas and he's like, this isn't really that spicy. And I'm like, oh, I think you mixed up the quesadillas because these really, really burn. Here, let me hand you 2 jalapenos. He's like, oh, yep, there it is.
And it's like uncomfortable. Like, not to take away from your experience, Julia, with your spicy pepper, but because I did listen and it sounded awful.
Yeah, it lingers, especially on your hands. So I found out that I have to wash my hands with Dawn. Otherwise, my hands get tingly for about 2 hours. And if I touch my face also gets tingly.
Oh, man.
This oil is no joke.
Yeah, so I don't know what kind of pepper it is. You say it's a
I'm pretty sure it's
jalapeno.
jalapeno.
And I've only eaten the green one, like when it's green. Like I haven't even.
I ate the red ones. One of them I ate like it was a snacking pepper.
I don't remember.
It was, you were not home.
Was that the first one?
That was the first one.
Oh, it's
It
a
was
snacking
an
pepper.
experience.
It's a snacking pepper, yeah.
That's what it said it was.
And you
But we shared them with your family.
these were just seeds, right?
Yeah. No,
Or were they sprouts?
these were sprouts. I got them as sprouts. They were probably like 8 to 12 inches tall when I got them.
Okay. But we kept the sign that came with it or whatever.
Yeah, and it is not that.
Whatever.
So I should just pitch the sign. The tomatoes are what they said they would be, but the peppers are not. But your uncle had one, and I was eating in the kitchen, and you guys were eating in the dining room, and he comes into the kitchen, he's like, Carrie, those sweet peppers are really yummy. And I'm like, yeah, aren't they, Kevin? They're pretty tasty.
Yeah, they were spicy. Because we had burgers and stuff, hot dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Ran out of propane in
that
our
was
grill.
fun. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, preheat oven, shove in oven. It's fine.
We had a propane emergency.
Yeah. I bought more than twice as much food as I needed, but it's okay. It'll keep. We ate hamburgers for like 4 days straight. And I think we still have 2 hamburgers up there.
We do. We definitely do.
Yeah. Lily had a blast. It was great seeing family. The house is a little more put together than it was the last time they were all here. So that helped out too.
Yeah. And we are ahead of the housework because we cut the grass yesterday.
We did. And it was not crazy hot outside like it is today. So
No, it wasn't.
that's why we rushed to get it done.
It's also like 6:00.
Yeah.
Or you started at 4.
I started at 4.
Yeah. So
It took forever.
yeah. It's a bigger yard than the last one.
A little bit.
In our last house.
Yeah. And then
I think we bit off a little bit more than we could chew on that.
yeah.
Like
We're getting it.
It's like you don't think about that. Like it looks a little bit bigger, but cutting the grass wise,
It's a lot more. It takes about the same time for me to do outside of the fence as it did to do our whole old yard.
yeah.
And the inside of the fence is the hard part that takes longer.
The inside of the fence, there's a hell.
Yeah. We talked about that last time.
Yeah.
So then Lily's party was on Saturday. On Sunday, we mostly chilled because we were all exhausted. And on Monday, Lily had her first day of preschool. Now, it was staggered start, so only some of her friends were there. But she had a blast. That was all she talked about all day was, I went to preschool. What did you do? I don't know. Who'd you see? Maddie? I don't know. Because Maddie's the girl that she knew from last year.
Okay.
Had a blast on Tuesday as well. And then Wednesday, we were crazy pants. Because I took Elliot to the doctor with Lily with 0 naps.
Yes.
And then we met Joe and Westwood Dora so we could renew our Mug Club memberships for Westside Brewing.
You guys all got flu shots too.
We did all get flu shots because they had them. And it was, okay, it was like the best shot experience that I have had so far with the kids though.
Yeah.
Because Mommy got a shot and then Lily got a shot and then Elliot got a shot. So we all got to hold each other's hands for support. So like when we did it, I had the kids hold my hands. So I was like, you guys help Mommy feel brave. Oh, thank you guys. You guys were such a big help. And then, okay, Lily, it's your turn and Mommy will hold your hands.
Oh yeah.
But when you're holding the kids' hands, it's more of a like, you get them in a mummy position. So they can't just like randomly flail out while they're getting their shot. So Lily got her shot and Elliot got his shot. No muss, no fuss, no tears.
Yeah.
Like it was perfect. So that is how we will be doing that from now on. Is just boom, 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 everybody all at once.
Okay.
See, Mommy did it. It's not so bad. Now it's your turn.
And that was Elliot's checkup.
Yes, that was just a general checkup for Elliot.
And Lily's checkup will be in September.
Yeah.
Her 4-year-old checkup.
Yeah. Looking forward to that one. That one's going to be huge. But so we played in the park. I noticed that Elliot's nose was runny because I was wiping it more than usual. But that was even before we got to the doctor's office. They actually did pretty decent at Westside, considering the fact that they had 0 naps and all they wanted to do was run around the park. We had dinner from Jill's Mobile Food Truck, or Jill's Mobile Kitchen is the name of the food truck.
It's a food truck, but
Yes.
it's Jill's Mobile Kitchen.
Lily actually ate half cheese pizza by herself. Elliot ate some of my pepperoni and I think a lot of your chips.
He likes chips
Yeah.
for sure.
And
we fed him a food pouch once we got home.
yeah. And then we got home. Lily went to bed almost right away. And then we discovered that Elliot had picked up the preschool plague from his sister or someone at the party, but probably his sister.
Oh, yeah.
So we've been fighting stuffy noses and like a cold for the last few days.
It's just like a mild cold. Like
Yeah.
they have a cough. It's a runny nose.
We whipped out the humidifiers,
Yeah.
vapor rub.
Yep.
Elliot's getting better about blowing his nose, so I don't have to use the nose Frida as much, which is nice.
Oh my God. We tried to use it the other day, though.
But he was so stuffed up, it didn't do anything. It's the first time I have had 0 success with the nose Frida.
Yeah.
Usually it's like I'm just pulling out gold. It's great.
But yeah, so we have colds in our house. Lily's been at preschool for 2 days. She had to miss Friday.
Yep.
That was the official everyone starts day. It was September 1st.
We had bought 2 trays of brownie bites for her to take to class.
For her birthday.
And now we have to eat those brownie bites. But also good news, there are no allergies in her class because I bought the brownie bites and then I looked at the tag and I was like, may contain traces of milk, soy, eggs, flour, nuts, tree nuts, shellfish, fish. I'm like, oh my goodness. If anyone in her class can't eat these, I got to start from square one anyway. So hopefully Lily will be feeling better on Monday, and we can make a tray of brownies together that we can then cut up and bring to her school.
On Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yeah. But I did promise her teacher I was not going to send her back to school if she was not feeling well. To which her teacher said, thank you.
I think she'll be okay.
I think she'll
be.
She's doing a lot better now.
And it'll be at the tail end. Even if she does have a runny nose, it'll be at the tail end.
I think she'll mostly just have a cough by then because her nose has been a lot better today.
Yeah, it was mostly Elliot's nose that was runny.
Yeah, so that was Wednesday. Thursday, we went out. Well, Joe went out to MadTree. Friday was Lily's birthday, so that was yesterday. She got to hang out with her Oma and Opa all day. We mowed the lawn instead of going to see her sooner, so we can spend all weekend with her now.
That's right.
So we were not going to leave the house, and then we were like, oh, the treadmill that we've been thinking about purchasing because we need to #get fit.
As we day drink.
Yeah.
And eat a whole tray of brownies.
We have not eaten the whole tray yet. I have eaten one of those.
It's over there.
It's ready for after the show. It's Labor Day weekend, so it's on sale. It's in stock at a store that's really close to us. And if I buy it through this store, it's at least $200 cheaper than it is if I buy it through the manufacturer's website. So, hey, Joe, do we want to be crazy today? So fortunately, we were able to get in and out pretty quick. We have a treadmill in the back of our van that we now need to figure out how to get into our basement with two of us when it weighs almost 300 pounds.
Yes.
We'll make it work. I have thoughts on how we can do it.
Well, you said take it down in pieces. I'm not quite sure it's in pieces.
Yeah, we're going to have to... We'll figure it out. We have a dolly.
Go around back.
I have engineering in my head, so we can get it.
Yeah, so I don't know. We're just trying to get more fit. We did an entire episode about the light beer, the craft beer. I don't know if it's a trend, but there's quite a few breweries who are releasing light beer options, low calorie light beer options.
Yep.
And it's the other half of my fridge at the moment.
Yeah.
For some reason, there's a lot of Yingling as well, but.
Well, we bought that for Lily's party. And then I don't think anybody drank the Yingling because they drank all of our good beer.
I offered the Fest beer. They only drank one Fest beer. They drank a Fest beer and an Oktoberfest.
Ah, okay. I mean, we can always bring the Yingling to your parents' house tomorrow. Though they've got Yingling there, so.
And the Coors. Did you bring all the Coors?
I brought all but 4, so we can have backup beer here for your mom.
Okay. But yeah, yesterday Friday, we hung out at my parents' house. They have a hot tub.
Yeah, so it was really nice because we finished mowing the lawn. We went to their house. They had dinner for us, which was very sweet of them. And then as soon as we finished dinner, it was straight into the hot tub. So, I can relax.
Well, I don't know if I was relaxing, but I had Elliot and...
it was at least muscle relaxing, if not physically relaxing or mentally relaxing.
It was not mentally relaxing because Elliot can't stand in the hot tub and he doesn't have a life jacket.
And all he wants to do is stand in the hot tub and bounce from person to person.
So it's like I have to watch him, make sure he doesn't go under or anything like that. It's a hot tub. It has different chemicals in it, which makes you float weird, right? Is that a thing?
Your mom calls it mineral water.
Yeah.
Because it's a mineral spa. It's not chlorine. It's something else. But I'm pretty sure they put a chlorine. I don't know.
Well, it's hot, but I think your body just naturally relaxes when it's that hot.
Yeah.
and when you relax, you float.
If we talk any more about this, we're going to need to go over to your parents' house tonight so I can chill in the hot tub.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, you're going to be here tomorrow. No, go away.
Yeah, that's where we're going tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's a 3-day holiday weekend, which is nice.
Yeah. Lily said that we should bring Skyline with us, even though we had Skyline for lunch.
Yeah. Hashtag get fit.
Yeah, hashtag get fit. I ate less than I normally do when we go to Skyline, though, so that was a win. So I guess we'll be bringing Skyline dip with us tomorrow. I don't know.
We don't have any Skyline.
I know. We have to go to the store.
Usually Skyline is the exception. Like if you're like on a diet or whatever, like, yeah, you can have Skyline. That's like the exception.
Yeah.
Because that's like a Cincinnati thing. It's like a treat.
It is a treat. It was tasty.
I don't know. What else are we supposed to talk about?
I think we covered most of it. So yeah, we're looking to, I mean, the treadmill is going to be nice, even though we've got a neighborhood that's really nice to walk through on days like today when it's super hot outside and you don't really want to do that. Or what I found is most of the time when I'm ready to go on a walk, it's after I've put both the kids to bed. And well, now I can't leave the house because I have 2 sleeping small children in the house. So
Yeah.
I can go to the basement and I can plop on a show. And instead of laying in bed watching a show, I can get a few miles out on the treadmill.
Yeah.
And we better use this thing because even though we got it at a discount because of Labor Day weekend, it was still a very pretty penny.
And it's going to take up space.
Yes.
I mean, we have the space.
We just have to figure out where we're putting it.
Yeah, it's an investment for sure. And we just, as someone who works from home, who I try to walk twice a day in the neighborhood, and sometimes it rains. I don't know. It might be nice to just hop on the treadmill for 30 minutes or whatever.
We can make you a little ledge for your laptop to sit on, and it can be like a walking desk.
Yeah.
They sell those, but we did not go that route. We went for legit treadmill.
It's a legit treadmill for sure.
Mostly because Joe's so tall, and we want it to actually kind of last.
I want it to last for sure. I think we don't live we moved further out. We're kind of away from things. I mean, it's like 15 minutes
Yeah. So
down the road from where we were, which is more centralized towards Glenway, which is where the gym is. It's the old house was closer to the Y, which we had a Y membership before COVID.
But like we only used the gym a handful of times. And like even if we had a gym that was nearby,
classes,
we mostly went to classes.
But that's not feasible now with 2 kids.
Yeah.
And then it's far away. It's an extra 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It was already 15 minutes before. And we barely made it on time to the classes as is.
Yeah. Even if we showed up in our swimsuits, I'm like, okay, pull off, cover up, and get in the pool. And we're 10 minutes late. Okay.
Like and we didn't even have kids back then. You were pregnant.
I was pregnant. So my excuse is that I was eating all the time. I don't know.
But yeah, we would always show up either on time or a little late. Sorry. But it wasn't like a class that you paid for. It was it was part of the membership. But yeah, so this will be part of the home gym collection. I don't know if we'll get any more equipment, but
Out of Legendary Lager. How can that be?
oh, we drank all the Legendary Lager.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll drink Cincy Rings. Do I have another MadTree's beer I can drink?
I don't think we have any MadTree beer. We have lots of West Side and 13 Below and Yingling. You can drink another Hazy.
Nah, I was going to drink a light beer. I'll drink a Cincy Rings because the next thing we have to do now is spend time in the heat figuring out how to get this treadmill out of the van and into the basement. We'll do it. I'm an engineer. I can find a way to
sure.
use it to do it. But do you want half of this?
Sure.
Okay. There you go.
But I don't think the other thing that I would be interested in would be a stationary bike.
I was also interested in a bike.
Um,
But I think we'll get more use out of the treadmill at first.
I think the treadmill will do the most
Yeah.
good as far as weight loss and cardio.
So what I'm looking forward to, and I haven't talked to you about this yet. So I might have to buy this.
Oh God.
There is a handy dandy yarn holder that spins. Like you can stick it through the middle of your ball of yarn and then hang it on something.
Yeah.
So like I could hang it on the handle in the car and then I can knit, but all my yarn's going to be hanging out up here. I don't have to worry about where my yarn is and pull an extra yarn.
In the car?
In the car, but I can also hang it on the treadmill. And I can knit hats or fingerless gloves or whatever while I'm on the treadmill. Because that will be what will keep me on the treadmill, is like doing something while I'm walking. And I have been told that my plant gets pretty cold in the wintertime. So some fingerless gloves would be a good thing to have.
Hobo gloves.
Yes, hobo gloves.
Sorry, that was what I pictured. But yeah, we're trying to get a little bit fit. We're still gonna, drink a little bit. We're trying to cut back.
I'm not drinking during the week most of the time. Still not drinking a whole lot on the weekends either. Like I think I had a beer yesterday. And that was more just because, oh my goodness, I'm so tired from mowing 3/4 of the yard.
Yeah. And that was exercise as well.
Yes.
I mean, that's like besides the walking that I do during the week, which is not always. And I don't like those days when, you're just slammed at work and you just need to get everything done and you can't even really take a lunch. I mean, you take a 10-minute lunch, you warm something up in the microwave, you eat it 10 minutes, and you just sit on your butt all day for 8 hours. Mm-hmm. I thought I read somewhere that sitting
It's like the worst thing you can do.
is like this generation's smoking.
Yes. I saw something like that.
Just like sitting at a desk in front of a computer all day without taking breaks.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take a 15-minute break every hour.
And what we can consider doing now that you are actually like fully work from home, this isn't a like COVID situation where it was okay, let's make a space for you because we kind of have to. We can potentially get you a standing desk or like.
Potentially, yeah.
We can look into
I have a
upgrading our office
desk.
setup. Maybe moving that one down here or something like that.
I have a desk. It's not the best desk.
No. It was
By
an
any
Amazon
means.
special.
The chair's also not the best chair, but
You need to order a new one. It's tax deductible according to our accountant. So
sure. But the one at work, if I go into the office, is a standing desk, and I'm like the only one that uses it. That's what I liked about my previous job and the job before that. Like all these companies, one, they're moving to an open floor plan, so you don't have a spot.
yeah.
You don't have your spot where you can hang pictures of your kids or whatever. That was annoying. But two, the desks that you do get, they're typically a standing desk.
Yeah. So I have.
So they do invest in that.
Well, actually, all 3 of my jobs, I haven't had a desk that I can move up and down. I have had an insert that sits on top of my desk where my computer lives, and I can bring that up and down so I can have a standing desk.
The job, I want to clarify, the job I have now, I do have a queue. Like I do have a spot where I can hang pictures of my kids.
That's nifty. Yeah.
It's only required that I go in 3 days a month, though.
Yeah.
At the moment.
I have an office. I have a cube And I had a name placard for all of 5 minutes before the co-op acquired it, because he keeps all of the name placards on his desk. And there's one guy that has 2 because
Why?
2 different, because
It has your name on it?
he just slowly like took them off of people's desks until they noticed. And then it was like, yeah, this is just where they live now. But there's one guy that has 2 that actually cares whether or not he has his name tag on there, because our boss ordered him one, and then HR also ordered him one, because there was confusion on who was supposed to order him one. So occasionally he will realize that the co-op has both of them, and then he'll get them back from the co-op and slap them on his desk. But it's like within 48 hours, the co-op has both of them again, and he just doesn't notice.
Oh, yeah.
But I also educated all of the men in my little office area about women's winter, because they did not know that was a thing.
Well, women's winter is almost over.
It is almost over. So
It's just normal winter now.
There's a
Almost.
College Humor, I want to say it was a College Humor sketch a few years back that was about women's winter, where it was like the women of College Humor, like talking about like Game of Thrones, like, oh, winter is coming. And it's the middle of summers because all the AC units kick on and all the guys are in the office in polos and shorts, and the girls are like in 20 different layers. And so like,
That was a pretty funny one.
it was. So our office is kept really cold. And part of that, like our office building, our little office area, not as much, because the area where I usually spend time at in there used to be our server room. So it was supposed to be kept very cold to keep the servers cold so they would function better. So I talked about, oh yeah, I got to go to the training room, but like I've got my sweatshirt with me because like it's women's winter and like I'll be fine and whatever. And then I left. And when I came back, one of the guys was like, why aren't you frozen? And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, so after you left, we all Googled that because we didn't know what that was. And we watched the video. And I was like, yeah, I'll slowly educate you guys as time goes on.
I guess.
One day I'll just hang up a sign in our little office area that says brunch bitches, and I'll just slowly convert them all into like, we're going to have brunch and mimosas and stuff.
Actually, my mom is going to have mimosas tomorrow.
I should get a sign. Lily can't read yet, so it's perfect time to do that. Any later, and she's going to be able to sound it out. I got to do it now.
Speaking of, I guess, day drinking, there was sad news before we went live.
Yeah. We got to pour one out for Jimmy Buffett today.
Jimmy Buffett passed away.
It's 5:00 somewhere, and it is definitely 5:00 somewhere here, like an hour ago.
Is it 5 o'clock?
No, it is. It is.
What?
Oh, that's okay. I was like,
it's 3:30.
it's 3:30. Okay, so here's the thing. My watch face is like a watch face, but the 9 tells me what the battery is of my watch, and the 3 of my watch tells me what day it is. And today is the 2nd. Normally it's like the 23rd. So okay, that makes sense. There is no 23rd on a clock. So I just look at my watch and it's 1224, and I'm like, that 2:30 is not right. No, it's 3:30.
That's weird.
Well, I mean, I picked out this face because I liked the fact that it was a clock face, and it also told me how close I was to achieving my step goal every day.
Your
But-
step goal changes though.
It does. So my step goal, I have a Garmin watch. I don't think they sell this one anymore because it's an oldie. It is a Garmin Forerunner 45S, which is the smaller version of their 45. And so I got a semi-custom watch face for it this time around when I pulled it out of disuse.
So do you, what do you mean a custom watch face?
So like there's a watch face store where you can like see.
Is there
it's not
an
like
app?
an app store.
Is there an app?
Yes, there's an app for watch faces.
Okay. Yeah, the Fitbit did that.
Yeah, so every once in a while this one tells me, hey, you should donate money to us if you like it. And maybe one day I will. But probably not. Sorry. But the Garmin changed. So like Fitbit has a set step goal, and it's 10,000 steps. You can change it, but every day it tells you 10,000 steps, 10,000 steps. The Garmin starts off with 10,000 steps, and then based on your fitness or like your activity level, it will change.
Yeah, that's a big goal. That's like a big number for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So a lot of people get discouraged, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, you did 3,000 steps the last 7 days. Just try a little bit more. Do 5,000.
Yeah. So.
And then it'll say, you did 5,000 average the last 7 days. Try a little bit more. Do 7,000.
Yeah. So the first day I wore this, it was like a normal active work day. And then I think we had like some slower kind of stuff that we were doing that weekend, but I still got pretty close to 10,000 steps over the weekend. And then Monday I was in training, which meant I was mostly sitting at a desk learning things.
Yeah.
And so I just watched my step goal drop by 200 plus steps every day. Or I think like by the end of the week, my step goal was like 6,500 steps. Come on, honey, you can do it. And now I'm back up to 9.4 thousand steps.
Man, I remember with the Fitbit, I would just barely get 5,000.
Mm-hmm. I mean, especially like during COVID. And like
I didn't wear it during COVID. I think it got recalled during COVID.
That does track.
Because I had a Fitbit that apparently exploded.
Yeah, allegedly our Fitbits would explode when charging sometimes.
So I don't have a fancy watch anymore, but maybe I'll get one. Who knows? I'll probably not do Fitbit. I think Google owns Fitbit now. But
it does. So I like the Garmin mostly because there aren't as many features to it. So the problem with the Fitbit, when I would wear it, Lily would hit all the buttons because every time she hit a button, it would do something different. Mm-hmm. So she just became obsessed with hitting the buttons on mommy's watch. And I was like, yeah, no, we can't do that. Where the Garmin just kind of doesn't really do much when you hit a button. So it's like, yeah, honey, let's not do that anymore. And she's like, yeah, this is kind of boring. Okay, let me move on and go do something else.
But the good news, I guess, is the treadmill tells you it doesn't tell you how many steps you're doing, but it tells you how far you're going.
Yeah.
I think 10,000 steps is 5 miles.
It depends on your gait. For you, it's probably like 6 miles. For me, it's probably like 4.5.
I think the average is you're supposed to do 10,000 steps or 5 miles a day. Mm-hmm. Cardio 30 minutes 3 times a week.
Oh, I hit my intensity goals. My intensity goal is 300 minutes a week. And I hit that yesterday real hard. Mowing the lawn.
Because your heart rate was going.
Yep.
So yeah, we're trying to do a little bit more. We're trying to be health conscious.
Yeah, we're eating a lot more home cooked meals. I'm using less butter. Using more fruits and veggies. The farm stand by work really helps out because it's, oh, hey, I picked up 6 ears of sweet corn and a zucchini and a squash and some peppers on my way home. Let's throw them all on the grill and see what happens.
Yeah, you haven't done that in a while.
No, we've been too busy. Probably be doing that a lot this week, though.
Yeah. I think we're going to be bad this weekend.
We will be. It's Labor Day weekend. It's when the workforce can go out and relax because this is what our ancestors fought for. Was for us to get a day off of work and for the 5-day work week as opposed to the 7-day work week.
Yeah.
Eventually it'll be the 4-day work week, but we'll get there. 4 10s. The days that I work 10s, I'm like, this is forever. But then Friday, I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
I don't want to work for 10s. That's dumb.
It varies person to person as to what they like.
So, I don't know if we have anything else.
I do not. We need to figure out how to get this treadmill in the basement before the kids wake up.
Yeah, before the kids wake up.
And maybe make this tray of brownies disappear before the kids wake up.
That's probably not a good idea.
It's not.
Maybe we'll watch some Big Bird.
Yeah. Follow that bird.
Follow that bird, the first Sesame Street movie, or Elmo and Grouchland.
That was a cute movie. I hadn't seen that before we watched it the other day.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of those actually. Actually, Follow That Bird, I think I did see.
Yeah, I think your mom bought it for us because she remembered watching it with you as a kid.
Yeah.
Pro tip, watch not current shows and movies with your kids. And when you go to the toy store, they won't know what anything is. So they won't know to ask for the Bluey whatever because they haven't seen Bluey before.
They've seen Paw Patrol though. And
Yeah, Paw Patrol kind of ruined all that.
the other day we watched the Paw Patrol movie, and they typically live on an island. I think it's like a small island, and everyone knows each other. But during the movie, they went to Metropolis,
The big city.
And that's where Ryder, the guy in charge of the Paw Patrol, he found Chase, the police dog, in this big city. And Chase was abandoned, and there's a whole backstory. So they're going to the new Paw Patrol headquarters in Paw Patrol Metropolis, whatever the city is called. And it's this huge building. It's a skyscraper. It's full of expensive gadgets. And I'm like, I turned to Caroline as I'm watching this. I'm like, how can they afford this? And then like 30 seconds later, one of the Paw Patrol pups.
And I said merchandising.
Oh, you said that?
I said merchandising.
And then like 30 seconds later,
Chase asks Ryder, how do we afford all this? And Ryder holds up t-shirts, branded t-shirts.
It was like the most meta thing ever. It was perfect.
It was the best. That was in there for the parents.
It was. So I enjoyed that movie, actually. Paw Patrol has a very Power Rangers feel to it.
It does.
It's very flashy.
And very much, we have to get into our special outfits. So we have our special powers.
Special powers, special vehicles. I don't think they built like a Megatron like Power Rangers did. But
they work together, though.
It's very flashy. There's no violence. That's the difference. Power Rangers was very violent.
There's no real stakes, even though Lily gets nervous sometimes. She's like, oh my goodness. And I'm like, Lily, there's like literally nothing that can go wrong during this. But okay. Your little heart doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, the bad guy's like a cat lover or something. It's really funny. But yeah, that's the most modern thing that they watch, really. Yeah. And that wasn't by our choice either.
Nope. I mean, granted, Barney wasn't by our choice either, but it happened.
Yeah, I prefer Barney, actually. I prefer the shows that sing a lot because we can watch them in the car.
Yeah. Well, and like Lily started singing something in the car today. And she's like, what's that Barney song? And I was like, well, that tune kind of sounds like a Daniel Tiger song. And I started singing the Daniel Tiger song. And she's like, no, it's a Barney song. And we're like, okay, well, Mommy doesn't remember that one. Daddy doesn't either. What happens in the episode? Well, there's snow, and they do this, and then there's Mrs. Claus, and they do that, and they get to see where all the toys are made. And I'm like, oh, is that the video where it's past one window, tidy-o? And she's like, yeah, that one. And I'm like, okay, well, we can watch that after nap, maybe.
The Barney Christmas episode.
Yeah, the Barney
1999.
Yes, and it very much looks like it's from the 90s.
And I watched that with my baby sister when she was an infant.
Yeah, and Lily starts singing something from that randomly, and I'm like, okay, it's not Christmas time, but whatevs. It's officially spooky season because it is September, and there was a chill in the air yesterday. Oh,
that's right.
So we've been watching A Tale of Two Witches for forever. We started watching Charlie Brown Halloween.
Yes, I purchased that the other month.
Yeah, I got to figure out what the kids want to be for Halloween this year. If we want to try to be Peanuts again this year that we were supposed to be last year, or if they want to be something else.
Yeah, the preschool plague took us out.
Yep, the preschool plague took all of us out.
Last year on Halloween, at least.
Yeah, fingers crossed we can make it through this year.
I don't know how many kids are in this neighborhood.
I'm thinking it's going to be... So, like, last year, our plan was to completely abandon our neighborhood and go to your parents' neighborhood. And now, there are kids in this neighborhood, but I don't know if they're going to be here or if they're going to go somewhere else. Because we're on a street that only really has houses on one side. So I don't know if people just like mostly pass us by or not. I got to ask the neighbors how that goes. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do. If we're going to abandon the neighborhood or stay.
Yeah.
If we're going to stay, we need to buy a fire pit. Or steal the fire pit that we bought for your parents that I don't know if they've used it yet.
Yeah. Well, we have a fire pit in the back.
But we need one in the front so I can hand out candy with a beer.
Hang out with the neighbors.
Yeah.
Make the neighbors do that.
Yeah. But like when we were leaving your parents' neighborhood yesterday, there were 2 different families that were watching movies on projectors on their garages.
Yeah.
There were like 4 or 5 different families that had fire pits in the front yard and were just hanging out in their driveway. So, I mean, they got a good setup where they are. They just have to take advantage of it.
It's very flat.
It is very flat. So, like, I would much rather trick or treat in their neighborhood than our neighborhood because it's flat and the houses are closer together. So it's less walking.
Halloween is a Tuesday this year. It's not very convenient.
Well, I can find a weird way to make it work. I mean, I get off work super early now.
And I'll probably be working from home.
And you can just end your day at your parents' house or something. We'll make it work.
Yeah. Or we might get a ton of kids. Who knows?
Who knows? I gotta ask around first.
I have to ask around, and guess we have to figure out how are we going to hand out candy.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Am I going to go around with the kids?
I mean,
in the wagon.
I feel like if we stay here, there's a good chance that Mom and Larry would come hang out with us, and like you and Larry could hang out at the fire, and Mom and myself walk around with the kids, or like Mom and Larry would hang out at the house while we walk around with the kids.
Yeah.
We could figure that out, or we just say, sorry, not sorry.
Of course, we moved townships.
We did.
So I've lived in Green Township.
We've lived in the same township for forever.
Like
since I was 5 and you were like 4 or 5.
3.
Three? Okay.
I think we moved when I was 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. But I was born in the house that was in Delhi, and then we moved to Green Township.
Yeah. And then our other house was in Green Township, and now we're in Miami Township, and I don't know what they do.
Yeah, I think they just follow. But I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
It was so weird the first time we got snow, and it was not a Green Township truck plowing our street, and I was like, what? Oh, yeah, we don't live in that township anymore.
Yeah.
But I still follow all their stuff. I still have their non-emergency number in my phone. Like, I need to pick all this stuff up for our new township.
Yeah. But thank you so much for listening and watching. Mm-hmm. We really appreciate it. We are the Craft Parenting Podcast, the podcast about 2 Cincinnati craft beer lovers with a parenting problem. We're going to go take care of that parenting problem here real quick.
Yep.
As their kids wake up. Hopefully we'll get that treadmill in the basement.
We shall see. As long as it makes it in the house, that'll at least be a win.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be in at least a couple different pieces, but we'll see.
I'm an engineer. We'll be fine.
But before you go,
slam that like button, smash subscribe, ring that notification bell, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We really appreciate it. Share the show with your friends. Leave us a review.
If you like this episode, tell us about it. If you don't like this episode, listen to 5 more and then tell us which one you liked the best and why. And we can try to do more stuff like that.
And we will see you next time, whenever that may be. We usually release episodes on Thursdays, but we've been a little cattywampus.
And maybe like on Monday, we'll be able to do something because we'll be off work. I don't know.
Well, we've been live streaming on Fridays, and then of course today is Saturday,
and sometimes Sundays.
Yeah,
it whenever the kids sleep.
So we really appreciate you guys giving us the benefit of the doubt, for being here and for listening and for being fans.
And again, thank you, MadTree, for this delicious beer and for inviting us to hang out.
Yeah. So enjoy the holiday weekend, everyone, and we will see you next time.
Bye.